Comcast. Movie or show starts with someone waking up as a metaphorical indication that we too are awakening into a new world cliche. That's it. I knew it. This movie is derivative nonsense. No further research needed. Forcing anyone to sleep on a pull-out couch. These haphazard window shade levels. I might give you some grace on the 6-inch difference between the center and right shades, but what kind of agent of blind chaos leaves one fully down and the other two mostly up? Assuming the car next to you did the damage with no visible proof. That could have been a random loose rhinoceros as far as you know. Did you even call the zoo? Standing on the yellow caution line. We get it, Steve. You're a badass, and no one's going to tell you where you can and can't stand. Proud of your independence and the way you face the world without fear.
Random thoughts for Valentine's Day, 2004.
Jim Carrey-ation.
Today is a holiday invented by greeting card companies.
They did not. The Romans did it in the 5th century. And even the idea of sending a Valentine's card can be traced back to the 15th century. Hallmark was founded in 1910. Stop just saying things you heard. You're better than that.
I ditched work today. Took a train out to Montauk. I don't know why.
Excitement?
It's goddamn freezing on this beach.
Being surprised by the weather conditions when it's snowing and having already clearly prepared for said expected weather by wearing a coat and a toboggan. And by toboggan, I of course mean the hat and not the sled. But I'm now realizing the inherent comedy in seeing someone walking alongside a beach while it's snowing carrying a sled. And now I'm sad the movie didn't give us that.
Sand is overrated. It's just tiny little rocks.
It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Also, I don't think sand is overrated. Or maybe it is. God damn it, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. 3 minutes in and you've already got me questioning my life choices. And I don't like it. I am not prepared for the emotional journey this movie will be taking me on, and it already knows it. Neither that house nor those windows gave explicit consent to be looked in. And you know that, Joel.
Why do I fall in love with every woman I see who shows me the least bit of attention?
Not realizing the privilege of only sensing this about half of the population. Drawing this giant woman who is apparently large enough to take up the entire width of both seats and whose head is almost hitting the overhang, and then paying it off with a very human-sized Kate Winslet.
Do you ever shop at Barnes & Noble?
The imminent demise of bookstores. I'm not sure when we will be to the point that no one will remember what a Barnes & Noble was, but just in case you've never heard of it, it was a place that 20th century hormonal teenagers would go to leaf through books from the arts section to see human body parts they weren't allowed to see and had no access to anywhere else. Also see the public library. Also reading. Also people.
Book slave there for like 5 years now.
Comparing retail work in a bookstore to slavery.
Agent Orange. I came up with that one.
U.S. military officers stationed in Vietnam between the years 1961 and 1972 who were in charge of releasing a potent herbicide/defoliant mixture containing the toxic contaminant dioxin, TCDD, have entered the chat.
I apply my personality in a paste.
Connecting anyone's personality to the color of their hair, but also realizing that blondes do tiptoe past medicine cabinets so they don't wake up the sleeping pills.
Huckleberry Hound? Are you nuts?
Give him a break, Clementine. A lot of people have forgotten about Huckleberry Hound. I blame that asshole Yogi Bear. Started out as a supporting character on Huck's show, and then Yogi got his own, much more popular series, even though it lacked the charm and charisma of the Hound. Not to mention completely sidelining Pixie and Dixie and Mr. Jinx. And oh my god, why do I care about this so much? F***ing Yogi Bear! And yeah, f*** you too, boo-boo. Also, just in general, chastising someone for not getting a 50-year-old reference. What are you, some sort of Bogart?
Seem nice, so.
Oh, now I'm nice? God, don't you know any other adjectives?
Clementine will be excellent at grammar Nazi sins.
I'm sorry I yelled at you.
How about you also apologize to all the other people on this train that are just trying to get through their travel time in peace and quiet and not having to listen to you and capable of using your inside voice and judging Joel on his use of adjectives. Clementine.
My embarrassing admission is I really like that you're nice. Right now.
And my embarrassing admission is I have been struggling not to take a sin off for how amazing both Jim and Kate are in this already. I'm such a failure.
Oh,
I'm writing.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Using writing as an excuse to minimize human contact and then wondering why you don't have any friends or do anything anymore, and why does my soul hurt?
Hi, I could give you a ride if you need.
Ducking.
There's a stalker book.
There are multiple, actually, and every goddamn one of them is written by Colleen Hoover.
Look, I'm sorry if I came off sort of nuts, so I'm not really.
She's not, nor do I believe she feels she has to apologize for this. She's a heavenly creature and she knows it. Not immediately running out the door after seeing these potato people displayed. Also, scene does not contain this potato asking Leonardo DiCaprio to draw her like one of his French fry girls.
2 blue ruins.
Jesus, 1 blue ruin was more than enough. I mean, having to watch Macon Blair's gripping and heartbreaking performance as Dwight, and Jeremy Saulnier's dark visual instincts, and she's talking about a drink, isn't she? Right? Anyways, if you're in the mood for a great movie that will also disturb and depress your socks off, check out Blue Ruin. Might honestly be a perfect double feature with this movie now that I think about it.
Drink up, young man. It'll make the whole seduction part less repugnant.
Giving myself a sin for finding the lack of awareness of social space norms from Clementine way more offensive than her suggesting she's getting Joel drunk to take advantage of it.
You should read my journal. I mean, it's just blank.
Lying to someone that your journal is blank at the same time you're asking them to read your blank journal.
You should come up to the Charles with me sometime. It gets frozen this time of year. I'll pack a picnic.
People who have picnics outside at night in freezing temperatures.
But I should go now.
You should stay.
He goes.
Who said I do? I guess that means we're married.
Me just realizing my response words have now unwittingly married me to my best friend, my father, and that random guy from Buc-ee's that asked me yesterday if I realized I had a barbecue stain on my shirt.
I think I should go back.
Come
What if it breaks?
on, it's all right. Look, the water is stiff.
Iconic shot is iconic, sure, but most importantly, what giant thing made this crack this far out on this solidly frozen river? Did someone drop a bowling ball out of a passing airplane?
You're full of right?
Nope, the city is right there. Swoop and cross.
Constellation jokes.
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
This weak-ass rooster imitation that wouldn't even wake up a vampiric insomniac.
What are you doing here? I'm not really sure what you're asking me.
This weird response that exists only to make the audience feel some sort of way about this interaction, instead of the normal response to this very clear question, which would be just hanging out with a friend who ran in real quick to grab something. Movie takes 18 minutes and 9 seconds to Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Doing a cassette eject from your cassette deck of a cassette of Beck and then throwing it out the window to possibly cause a cassette wreck.
The only Valentine's Day cards I get are from my mother. How pathetic is that?
No more pathetic than being upset as a grown adult you didn't receive more Valentine's Day cards.
Better make some reservations or something. Don't want to end up at Mickey D's, right?
Well, not with that attitude, you don't.
Nick Romance. You want some fries with that shake?
McDonald's missing out on making this an official Valentine's Day slogan. They've been going around since the 1940s, and objectification was completely fine for a good portion of that time.
I have to go to sleep now, Frank.
Well, it's 8:30.
Shaming someone for wanting to go to bed at 8:30.
Patrick, stop it.
Scene with someone saying the words, "Patrick, stop it," does not include a talking starfish.
Showtime at the Apollo.
Confusing the Apollo with open mic night at Yuck Yucks. Discount Mark Ruffalo, holy sh**.
So I walked over to Antic Attic, to get her something.
Naming your shop Antic Attic instead of going all the way and naming it Auntie Annika's Angelic Anarchic Antic Attic for Antique Attics. Signing your name with a capital first and last letter, like a goddamn lunatic, so it looks like your name is Joe with the last initial of L instead of Joel, which is your f***ing name.
You won't believe it. She's there with this guy, this really young guy.
Yeah, it's so strange when people move on to another relationship after getting out of a previous one. And yeah, she's already had her memory of him removed, but he doesn't know that.
What you doing here, baby?
Just came to surprise you.
And to do some random expositional PDA, as I am wont to do. Also, movie tries to hide the fact that this is Elijah Wood's character, Patrick, who has clearly crossed some serious ethical lines. However, it's dumb of the movie to keep this reveal a secret at this point, because the only way that earlier weird interaction with Patrick and Joel makes any kind of f***ing sense is if he's Clementine's new boyfriend.
Hey, does anybody want a joint?
God, Rob, give it a rest.
That's kind of the joint's job, Carrie. There is no 210 East Grand Street in New York, New York. There is one in Mount Vernon, New York, but that's different, in case someone erased how addresses work from your memory. An actual company that would send out a cryptic memo such as this with no further explanation. Also, how would it even be possible for Lacuna to contact every single person who has ever interacted with Joel and Clementine and is aware they were in a relationship? And more importantly, they never explain why they don't contact the person who was being forgotten about. But I'm not sure I understand why. If all the friends and family are being told, then the scorned individual will eventually find out somehow, so why not rip the band-aid off immediately? Lacuna could even work that into their slogan.
What is it?
I don't know. It's some place that does a thing.
Being so general in your description that you could either be talking about a company that erases bad memories or your liver. I would expect that each patient of Lacuna probably has quite a few people in their peripheral lives that would need this warning card. So it is the highest of inefficiencies that they seem to be printing 3 different cases at the same time. You're just begging to end up with Chris's friends getting a Linda card, Lacuna.
You should not have seen this. I apologize.
That's great in theory, but once again, Lacuna has to know there's a very good chance that any friends or family of the person being forgotten who are notified will let said party know immediately. The doctor's acting like he rarely has to deal with this kind of scenario, and I would believe it more if he came out and said he has to deal with 40 grieved lovers a day storming into his office.
Carrie, I am making a birdhouse.
Storing your garage and your kitchen.
The first thing we need you to do, Mr. Barish, is to go home and collect everything you own that has some association with Clementine.
thinking that memories are all contained in object association, and furthermore, thinking that it's possible to get rid of all objects that have an association. Who's going to call the MTA and tell them they have to shut down the LIR Montauk line?
You can't have the procedure done 3 times in 1 hour.
Nor should you know that it's the 3rd time to begin with.
And my friends, Rob and Carrie, invited us to this party at the beach. I don't like parties. And I met Clementine.
Considering this isn't the meetup we saw at the beginning beach scene, the movie is ready to move us into some non-linear brain bendiness. So you might think, aha, what we saw at the beginning actually comes after this. Confirmed by the fact that he noticed his car damage for the first time just that morning, except when he drops Clem off at home and she asks him for a nightcap, we see the car is undamaged again. Unless maybe there are dozens of trips down memory lane in this story and the movie doesn't want you to assume that anything is real. Problem is, I love assuming things are real, movie. Also, shooting Nerf balls at the beach where they are bound to get lost. I mean, kits. I'm not sure if the door placement or the desk placement is more infuriating in this room.
Technically speaking, the procedure is brain damage, but it's on a par with a night of heavy drinking.
Comparing the removal of large sections of memories in your brain to a simple Sunday morning hangover.
Well, I'm not wiping as clean as I like here.
Not realizing that you should probably just go ahead and buy a bidet.
We'll dispose of these mementos when we're done here.
Synchronized name dropping of a Christopher Nolan movie that has already played into a lot of these themes and scenarios 4 years earlier. But also, who remembers the exact words and cadence of instructions you get at the doctor's office, especially in times of great psychological turmoil?
A journal, that would be invaluable.
Sure, and it's a callback to the pages missing from the beginning, but my question is, why tear out the pages and give it back instead of just disposing of the journal altogether?
I kinda, sorta wrecked your car.
See, this movie may or may not be telling you exactly the order that things that may or may not have happened definitely may or may have gone in. Doesn't that feel wonderful?
What are you like? A wino?
A wino? Jesus. Are you from the 50s or something?
Clementine would be terrible at wino popularity sins. The word wino has been around since the early 20th century, but it was at its height in the late 90s, just before this movie was made. If he were from the 50s, he would have said a souse.
I assume you someone tonight. Isn't that how you get people to like you?
Joel survives this.
Did I tell you I have a new girlfriend?
We gotta focus here, Patrick.
Says the man about to consume his first of many beers while working on this very delicate procedure where one is removing memories from someone's f***ing brain.
Our situation is a little weird. My girlfriend situation.
I swear if he says he's cheating with Rosie Cotton, I'm throwing him into Mr. Doom myself for plagiarizing my fanfic. Distracting us with the raining cars so we don't notice that Clementine only has one leg during this walk, which I'm sure means something really profound or some shit.
Stole a pair of her panties is what.
Trying to break out of your squeaky clean childhood image and broaden your range beyond just being Harry Potter. Sorry, dude. The only way that's possible is if you had never starred in the Potter movies at all.
Patrick, you stole a girl's panties.
The lost and most controversial episode of SpongeBob somehow made its way into the script. This shot, where the TV in the foreground is a shot of what Joel is doing in the background, may be one of the coolest ideas in the movie. And I would totally take a send-off for it if I wasn't freaked out by the bug-eyed skull sitting on top of the television that I'm now sure has cursed me to hell. If you think that all of this being in his head will keep me from sinning that the ketchup has moved from his neck to his face somehow, you have gravely underestimated my hatred for condiment-based continuity errors.
Clem, do you really think you could take care of a kid?
Showing us all the worst parts of this relationship so that we understand how terrible these two are for each other so that we will be actively disconnected from any desire for them to ever be together.
Do you have anything real to drink?
I'm starting to wonder if we're also roaming around in Patrick or Stan's memories at this point, because when we last saw the two of them, the beer they were drinking was Rolling Rock, but that is a Labatt Blue that Stan is handing Mary. And the director said, place a random apple on this VCR, just in case we haven't done enough to show how every person who works at this company is a complete asshole yet. And also because of the metaphorical relationships of the themes of the movie to being kicked out of Eden and forgetting paradise or something.
Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders.
Convenient thematic memorized Nietzsche toast is convenient. Movie creates this fun game of guess where they are in the relationship by Clem's hair color, and then, like most of the symbolism in the movie, leaves it so ambiguous that it never really amounts to much. This movie is like if a murder mystery left a bunch of clues throughout the story, but then you ended up realizing you were actually watching a documentary on the mating habits of the South African springbok.
People have to share things, Joel.
They do not.
Are we the dining dead?
George A. Romero's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Also, The Dining Dead isn't a zombie apocalypse Top Chef style cooking show by now. And to be clear, if it ever does happen, this sin is my copyright claim to the IP and all future dividends. I realize they erased Clementine's memories of Joel, but I still think calling her from his phone number is not the smartest idea in the world. So the sin, as always, is Patrick's.
Where's the self-help section?
Oh, right. It wasn't just the art section, but the self-help section too. Sometimes if you were lucky, they'd carry a copy of the Kama Sutra and you could... What were we talking about again?
Clementine the tangerine.
Mmm, juicy and seedless.
Except that tangerines can have seeds and wide varieties do. Look, if you're going to do sexy talk involving fruit, one has to at least get the seed quantity correct. My mother told me that.
You look at a baby and it's so pure and so free and so clean.
People who have never been around an actual baby before. Clean. I still don't understand how they can know for a certainty that Joel can't wake up. And considering he does a few different times, they clearly don't.
Hi, it's Joel. Leave a message after the beep, and I'll get back to you.
Stan will answer this call after the beep, meaning the start of the conversation was being recorded, and we will never see him give a thought towards deleting it, even though deleting things is like his whole thing. At least use it as a plot point or something, considering it's a clear and present danger to you.
I've never gone out with a guy who bought me a piece of jewelry I liked.
Deciding to only go out with guys who buy you jewelry you don't like.
Am I ugly?
Am I skipping? Yes. Yes, I am.
My favorite is this ugly girl doll who I call Clementine. And I keep yelling at her, you can't be ugly, be pretty.
Showing us all the most beautiful parts of this relationship so that we understand how meaningful these two are for each other, so that we will be actively connected to the desire for them to be together forever.
Rudy, Roswiak, please let me keep this memory.
People who can't make up their mind about the makeup of their mind. Also making me remember how much I hate Spider-Man No Way Home.
Can you hear me? I don't want this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be good.
Not seeing the ability to have other people disappear in a crowded place as the superpower that it is. Introverts unite! In separate locations.
Sorry.
Sudden upside down eyes Gollum looking Frodo. Why did we pause it? And now you're zooming in? Just push play, damn it!
Oh, he works for us. That's Patrick.
If Dr. Myerswiak is part of Joel's imagination currently, then how is he able to ask questions about people Joel has never met before?
He's seducing my girlfriend with my words and my things.
How does he know this? All he heard from the conversation in the room was that he had asked her out. We know that he has the bag full of memories and is quoting Joel's lines at the Charles River, but Joel shouldn't.
I'll try really hard. Here we go. That's a great idea. Here. Okay. Well, that's working like gangbusters.
This works. Like gangbusters.
You know me, I'm impulsive.
This is the equivalent of saying, I know I'm an asshole, but at least I'm admitting it, and I f***ing don't like it.
This is a memory of me. The way you wanted to have sex on the couch after you looked down on my crotch.
Pause it! Notice anything? Sorry, I'll help you focus. Why is the blanket that used to be leopard print suddenly plaid? Seriously, how did you miss that? Drinking rain. Not necessarily because it's gross, but more because it will take you forever to get your 64 ounces for the day.
I'm supposed to come too!
Hey! That line is also in all my sexy time memories.
God, I love this kitchen.
Focusing on interior decoration when you're in a time crunch to hide in one of your ex-boyfriend's memories so he can circumvent a memory wipe procedure he signed up for. There's a time and place, Clem. Time and place. The fact that no one noticed how disturbing this picture Joel drew was. I mean, thumbs do not grow out of the side of the arm.
Come on, Joel!
Kids.
My crotch is still here, just as you remembered it.
Pause it. Notice anything? Dang it. Right, I'll help again. Why is the tablecloth that used to hang a good foot below the table now just an inch or two? Seriously, how'd you miss that?
You said that. I'm sorry. What shall we do?
This, what should we do? I don't know what to do. What should we do's on for all the sometime.
Well, I wasn't sure really because I was away from the monitor for a minute.
Pretending you lasted a whole minute.
He's one of those eraser guys.
Neither Arnold Schwarzenegger nor James Caan is saying goodbye, Johnny, in this scene.
You're kind, beautiful, and smart, and funny, and nice.
What?
Oh, come on. There's no way Patrick had time to study the game tapes enough to know that was a trigger word. In fact, the only time we saw that was in the opening, which would take place the following day anyway. And Clementine's deja vu reaction doesn't make any sense either, because Joel won't upset her with the nice comment until after this.
I'm gonna go through the entire memory, see if something comes up.
You know, just the entire memory. Gonna go through that. The entire thing. The entirety of this man's memories. Just gonna go through all those right now. Hang tight. I'll just be a few seconds as I go through this man's entire memory.
I love being bathed in the sink.
Trying not to process too much about the imagination that would lead Joel to an incident where his mother is bathing him and his adult lover.
I don't understand why it's off the map like that.
And I still don't understand how you found it off the map like that amongst approximately 1 quadrillion synapses in the brain.
Oh, what was that? Hey.
My God, there's people coming out of your butt.
This scene somehow reminds me both of Whose Line Is It Anyway and Gen V. And that is not a peanut butter and chocolate situation, I assure you.
You can run, but you can't hide.
You were looking at a scan. How would you even know he is running? Also, things in movies that should happen instantly happen progressively for the sake of false tension cliche.
That's strange. He's in a memory that we've already erased.
Which is a thing that can happen. Keeping your shame masturbatorium so cold that you can see your breath. Yeah, kids. Ding. Totally. But what's incredible is the way that this movie has slyly become about buried trauma and the importance of having someone to talk to about it, and how processing pain with someone who cares about you can be as powerful as any joy. I mean, I still have to sin it because this little girl apparently took her pillow outside and now the movie is ruined because of it, but still.
I still don't understand it, but I'm finding him quickly enough.
I think it's likely because you ran that new JavaScript program with an emphasis on the script part.
Joel? Joel? Oh my god, that was terrible.
Criticizing your boyfriend for not staying dead long enough.
I like watching you work out.
Thinking this Mary Falls for Howard storyline is really accomplishing anything that hasn't already been accomplished elsewhere, other than making sure both main female characters don't even sniff a passing grade on their Bechdel exam. Also, I love watching Kirsten Dunst in anything, and she's solid in this movie, but I'm also pretty sure her entire character could be erased from all of our memories and we would be fine. The only things she adds to this movie are helping the Hulk grow a conscience and deliver the tapes, and I'm not even sure her delivering the tapes was a good thing. More on that later.
You like quotes, Howard?
Which is now technically a quote from this movie. It's a quote about quotes. A quote. You can quote me on that. Can't stop saying quote.
The quote goes, "How happy is the blameless vessel's lot, the world forgetting by the world forgot, eternal sunshine of a spotless mind."
Pulp credits.
Well, good morning, Mrs. Merzwiak.
Mrs. Myerswiak conveniently showing up at the same time her husband is making out with Kirsten Dunst by an open window is convenient.
Oh, you poor kid. You can have him. You did.
Dun dun dun. I love twists that don't involve any major characters and have only been given a passing glance by the film up until recently. The crazy 5-minute trip from not knowing it's a thing to seeing it become a thing and then bam, it's actually a different thing. Priceless. The amount of books on the shelves that are backwards is infuriating. A purposeful commentary on the emptiness of an unknown future and the blank decay of Joel's memories in life? Maybe, but still absolutely infuriating.
I'm just a f***ed-up girl who's looking for my own peace of mind. Don't assign me yours.
Says the woman who is literally a mental manifestation of the man she's speaking to. Yep, they're all blank now. Awesome. Wicked cool job, artsy director guy. Except you missed this one, which is especially weird because it went fully blank just a second ago. Oh, and this one too. Sloppy work and the clear reason no one will ever love your movie.
I liked you immediately.
Record over and skip.
I'm Clementine.
And my hair is currently green as a symbol of beginnings and growth. Do you get it?
Can I borrow a piece of your chicken?
Borrowing food.
There are several sacred things in this world that you don't ever mess with. One of them happens to be another man's fries.
You know these people?
No, of course not.
Either Joel knows that he's in the middle of all his memories or he's not, and the movie can't seem to decide, because if he's aware, as he, for the most part, has been, then he would know there is no reason to be nervous about going into the house since it's not his current reality.
They might have a dog.
Identifying a pet as the key factor in deciding not to break into someone's home.
We are David and Ruth Laskin. Which one do you want to be? I prefer to be Ruth.
That's Davidist.
I wish I'd stayed too. Now I wish I'd stayed. I wish I'd done a lot of things. I wish I had...
Not finishing this sentence with a rabbit in a hat and a bat and a 64 Impala.
Meet me in Montauk.
This is a fine explanation for why Joel ends up in Montauk after the brain wipe, but how would the real Clem know to get there? Did she also have a run through her memories with her memory Joel that ended with him whispering the same rendezvous location?
She was, just a girl.
Calling Kate Winslet just a girl.
So I gotta drop the van off.
Thanks, Dad, thanks.
This super important conversation about dropping the van off.
Looked happy with a secret.
Thinking you know what happy with a secret looks like. Stealing.
Vámonos, senor.
Assuming someone speaks Spanish.
To all patients of Dr. Howard Mearswack.
So Mary is sending letters to all the patients who went through the process of erasing their memories. And while we can obviously question the moral quandaries this procedure dodges, this is a legit company. And these are people who came in wanting this procedure done. These are people who wanted these memories gone. One could argue Mary is doing some violating here as well, and that she's going to cause a lot more harm than good.
That sort of wounded puppy shit he does, you know.
What are you doing?
He immediately says, as if he were a wounded puppy dog. You aren't exactly beating the allegations here, Joel.
Pronounce library.
Movie thinks I'm going to root for any relationship that involves someone who says library instead of library. I bet she says often instead of often, too. Run, Joel, run!
One loss to spend that that much time with someone only to find out that she's a stranger.
Because when he erased her, she became a literal stranger again to him. Do you get it? No, seriously, do you? Because it's a pretty nuanced take on how experiencing pain, when processed and dealt with properly, can result in deeper and more meaningful relationships. And denial only serves to distance us from the true growth that might happen both in our relationships and ourselves. And holy shit, this movie is layered like a therapeutic lasagna.
Okay.
Totally overlooking the part a couple minutes ago where Joel was calling her a slut.
As we two ate of the fruit of love, ugh,